Well, I have to be honest with you all here. This isn't something I thought I'd be saying at the start of episode 4. We're under pressure and we might lose our job. The expectation in pre season was to fight bravely against relegation. Apparently, now that's not the case because we're not far from the sack. Yes, hello, and welcome along to part 4 of Saving Southend with me, Daniel. We are under pressure, we have lost the dressing room, and we're away to one of the top sides in the division. What could possibly go wrong? We face Woking today, the side we had such success with on Twitch in FM23, but in this one, we need them to have an off day, because if they don't, we could somehow risk losing our job, and that's despite the fact I think we're doing pretty well. We're now within 1 point of safety. Our points tally would have us in the top half as it stands if it weren't for the points deduction, and John Still has been doing some very good work as director of football behind the scenes. We have been hampered by injuries, we have had to rotate a bit more, because as we mentioned in pre-season, we were likely to really struggle when we got to spells of 3 games a week, and unfortunately, that has been virtually every week for the last 3 or 4. Without many players fit, with new players coming into the team, and with people playing out of position a little, perhaps a dip was to be expected, but in spite of that, when we have played our easier home fixtures, we have been picking up results. If you want to find out if we can survive in our job though, and see whether we can get through to an easier spell come in the middle of next month, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. I hope you're enjoying the series because it might not last much longer. Let's see if the new Southend board show some patience with us, because if we have a look at the schedule, you can see it's not been a great run of results. You were with me for that Halifax game where it all went wrong. The goalkeeper off injured after 10 minutes and then we let in goals galore, of course. We've won 2 out of 6 since then, albeit conceding goals has been a problem. Of course, our first choice goalkeeper's been injured. We've had 2 or 3 different people in, and having work experience lads, having a new signing integrating, it's not really been ideal. We've also had defenders on last legs playing unfit, and we've had midweek games every week, as you've seen. 3 Tuesdays in a row, which is not helping our progress. The next 3 weeks, we've got 1 a week, we can get people rested, and if we can get past the Cheltenham game on the 18th of November, we then play a run of teams near the bottom of the league. Now though, we have got a few additions to the squad, and I'm going to show you what's going on. There's one player that John still is trying to sign at the moment, and after what happened in real life on Saturday, I tried to add the one player that we haven't got from the Southend squad in real life, because Daniel Carnu scored 4 in real life for them. In this world, we lost out on him to Chesterfield. We also lost out on Nathan Delfonso, who picked Scunthorpe in the division below for the same squad status and the same money. Make that make sense. The players that have come in though are as follows. We did get our youth work experience goalkeeper, who played 2 games, let in 4 goals and wasn't very good. But he's still on loan at the moment. He goes back in 2 days. He did his job for us. He contributed to 1 win. What we've had since then though is a bit of a beefing of the squad, because in addition to the players we found, John still has found 2 on loan that we haven't had to contribute the wages for. And these are the 2. So Lewis McGrattan was the first one. He came in from Greenock Morton and is one of our best players. The problem though, he played 2 games, got injured in the second, and this is his first one back today. So we have been hampered on that side a little bit, but he is a big improvement for us. Nathan Simpson came in from Middlesbrough. This was the other John Still signing. Really versatile player on the right. Not playing brilliantly at the moment, but he has got ability and he's got the attributes to play both positions pretty well, which is desperate for us at the minute. Having versatile players is not going to harm us. David Martin is not that, but he is another senior goalkeeper. He's had a pretty good start despite conceding 10 in 4 games, which does tell you where we are at the moment. The one that we brought in ourselves at centre half is Max Taylor. He has come in on the return from injury, not training well, not match fit, not really playing that well either. However, he is another option back there and we didn't have any at the time. He has been joined by Brooklyn Cabongolo, and this one, in addition to David Martin, are the 2 that we've been waiting for to come in. So here's the last real world signing, and now we move on to our own one. Those 2 additions at centre half though have meant that Jake Wett, our youngster, has gone on loan in the National League South. He's gone to Aveley and we'll see how he gets on there. Hopefully he'll be able to progress. But now we've got to deal with our off the pitch issues, because there is one man causing chaos at his football club, and it's a man who's been out injured for a while until recently, which makes it all the more annoying. Because if I show you the dynamic screen, we have got a problem with Cavan Miley, who is unhappy with and has lost trust in his manager and is worried about the poor dressing room atmosphere. This is a man who was out for 6 weeks injured, came back for one game, threw his toys out the pram. He did play okay against Oxford City. He contributed an assist. He was important to the team. But I'm wondering at this point, given the fact that he's causing this big unrest at the club, if it's worth just letting him go. Because I feel he's a significant part of the reason that the club atmosphere has dropped. It was okay until he started throwing his toys out the pram. Yes, we lost a few games, but that's going to happen at the moment. We're playing 3 difficult games a week with what is 13 or 14 senior players most times. It's not going to be an easy ride. What I've been very unhappy with, though, is how quickly the board have jumped on the bandwagon, because the supporters are all right. I'm still in the C's with them, but the board, they've just gone absolutely haywire. They've got us down to a D rating for our job satisfaction, and it's now marked officially as insecure. That is despite the fact they are satisfied with our attempt to avoid relegation from the National League. And if we win in the FA Cup next week, we'll have met that objective too. But all of the complaints are about a lack of support in the squad, which I just don't understand. They've even disappointed about the finances in a deal to loan out Jake Ware. They're paying all of his wages. I don't get it. They're also unhappy about our 6-1 defeat at Halifax. Now, surely there's got to be something built into FM about this, because the goalkeeper went off injured early with no sub on the bench. No board is going to be devastated about that. They might say, you might want to consider putting a keeper on there. I just feel it's all an overreaction. So we're going to see how this pans out. If we lose today, we could be under big pressure. But I'm hoping then, at home to Slough, we should get a result. Home to Ebbsfleet is a good opportunity. And then if we get through to mid-November, we can go on a run. Let's start by the fixtures though, because we are going away to Woking. I'll show you the form that we've been in recently. You've seen the games, but let's talk about how these results came about. So against York, we lost by 2-0. We had Rojas, the goalkeeper, on work experience in. We had a few backup players across the midfield as well. It wasn't ideal. And the problem we've got at the moment is that Mooney and Cardwell have just run themselves into the ground. Max Fidds, the young striker, has been injured as well, so it's not like we've even been able to rest one for 10 minutes when a game's lost or a game's won. We're just having to slog them constantly. They did do the job against Maidenhead. We were 3 up in 5 minutes and nearly threw it away. Cardwell, Mooney, Kensdale all scored in that one. Against Fylde, we lost by 2-1. We probably deserved to as well. Another early goal from us, but it was thrown away. Against Aldershot, we lost 2-1. Harry Cardwell got a late consolation, but we were second best for the most part. Against Rochdale, we lost 4-2. Rochdale were brilliant and are right up near the top. Cardwell and Mooney got one apiece, but again, we're running on fumes. And you can see, against Oxford City, although we got the win, the strikers didn't have an impact, Jack Bridge didn't have an impact, none of them contributed really. They're just out of puff, so now we're going to get a week off after Woking, and it's really going to be needed. Let's go and get into this game today though, because we have got a crucial one away at Woking. We've had a lot of turnover in real life, so there's not too many of that side that we had last year on Twitch. They have though still got the likes of Greg O'Cox, Rowan Ince and Luke Wilkinson, and we know they're going to be a threat from set pieces. So let's go and have a look at our team for today. We're going to have to make a few changes to it. Cardwell's tired, Ralph is tired, and they're 2 of the positions we don't have a backup. I'll be back in a minute once I've worked out what I'm going to do. Right, here are the decisions I've made. With McGrattan back from injury and Miley throwing his toys out the pram, he's got to be taught a lesson. He drops to the bench, Noor Hussein stays in. He's away with Afghanistan the next match, so that's part of the reasoning behind that as well. We've also gone up front with Cardwell. I know he's knackered, but Fidds is back on the bench after injury. And I'm also looking at the other side of this. We've got a week off now, so if it does go wrong for him today, we can do something about it next week. But he is also the top scorer in the National League, so we've got to bear that in mind. He is a quality player, and he may be able to contribute for us. 2 of the other loan players, Taylor and Simpson, both on the bench today. So this is our 11 in full. David Martin will play for the first time in an episode, with Ralph and Scott Morris the fullbacks. We've got Kensdale alongside Harry Taylor, a centre-half. Bridge on the wings, McGrattan back from injury alongside Hussein, with Mooney and Cardwell up front. Plenty of them running on fumes, plenty of them going to struggle away at a great side anyway. So let's just see how we get on today. I'm not expecting much, but now I'm feeling the pressure of having to deliver because of what's happening in the boardroom. The pressure is all on them. You have got nothing to lose. No reaction. Thanks, Cavan Miley. You're the one who's caused this. Let's go and get into the first half. We're going to need a miracle. I'm not sure it's going to be coming, but we kick off with Woking FC. Kellerman gets it back to Wilkinson. I'm just remembering the glut of back post corners last year we had. I'm wondering whether they'll go against us now, as Nasseri loses it to Kensdale, but Grego Cox carries it. Gets to the byline on the right, ball in is intercepted by Husin, and Bridge wins it back in his penalty area. Switch to Powell, can we hold on? We do. It's cleared away. With 2 minutes gone, the pressure's from Woking, and I'm feeling the heat already. Well, this is what I'm dreading. The corner kick for the host with 11 minutes gone. It's into the front post, Nasseri's up. They've fallen to the centre forward. It's back to Mendy. Into Rowan Ince. Chance to shoot. He might not be at the back post this time, but he's on the edge of the box putting a screamer in. I don't really understand what to do with this set piece creator because it's all lovely. It looks great in a game. It saves you a lot of time. But if you're asking 2 or 3 players to go out and defend the edge of the box and no one is, I really don't get what you do. I want to know your thoughts in the comments as well. Do I let Cavan Miley go? As Scott Morris hits one straight at the keeper, at least it is a shot on target. We're also giving away a lot of penalties. We had 2 against Oxford City, 1 scored, 1 missed. But here, we just haven't got anything left. Up front, there's no legs. The 2 that were so vibrant and energetic at the start, they're knackered after half an hour here. I mean, look at Cardwell already. He can barely move, the kid, as it's out to Casey on the left, who takes on his man. Inside to Kellerman, the Seri supporting. He goes back to Kellerman. They've got a man over everywhere. Ince goes back to him again. Kellerman into Grego Cox. Chance to shoot. Powell intercepts and clears. Cardwell can release his man. Mooney's up with him, but he goes left to Bridge. This is the opportunity. Jack Bridge down the wing. Support from Ralph. Bridge again. Who are we going to find? He's just giving it away. You're running into blind alleys. I'm asking for wing play, and you're running inside. What are you doing? Nasseri goes back to the edge. It's cost us a goal. Play to my instructions. Please play to my instructions. This is the worst thing Cavan Miley has done. The team is now ignoring my instructions, and it's costing us results because they're picking him over me. If I do meet you, Cavan Miley, I'm going to have an unfounded hatred of you because of FM. Here comes Kellerman to Nasseri. Over halfway he goes. Carries the ball forward. There's no one challenging him. It's up to Winnell. He shoots in. It's falling apart. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say because we're not getting battered in the game. We're not giving away hundreds of chances. But we're giving away good ones. As Mooney's in, he scores from the kickoff. We do get a goal back. It's goals galore, but we've only got 2 centre forwards. One of them isn't actually a striker and one of them can't stay fit. We can't defend set pieces. We can't defend from open play. And we've got a centre midfielder who can't even keep himself fit that is trying to turn the dressing room against me, which was completely unfounded. We were doing really well when he did it. As McGrattan gets the ball away, I just don't get the timing of it. It seems really weird. And it's costing us this season, and it's costing the lads. I mean, we're only 1 point from safety. We're very close to completing our objective here. And we probably will do it over the season, as Cardwell's in for 2. We're back in the game. And he might be knackered, but he's still delivering. The problem we've got, though, is we know we're going to concede again. That's just the way we've been playing. We get to half-time, we've got the better expected goals. We've been great on the counter-attack, but we're conceding, and that's the problem. Nor Husin's on a yellow. I've got to bring Miley on, and you better deliver for me now. Cardwell's probably got 10 more minutes in him. Scott Morris has been awful at right back. I'll bring on Nathan Simpson. I want these lads to know that that isn't good enough. I can feel the frustration bubbling. And do you know what the annoying thing is? I'm changing my mindset now, despite the fact we're doing well, purely because of what's happening in the boardroom as Cardwell gets in. Chance for 3-all. Deflected wide. That was a great opportunity. And unfortunately, we haven't taken it. McGrattan's got a corner. He's had a good game on his return. Looks for the ball in. It's a poor corner. Curse of the commentator again. We're going to have to look at subs in a minute. We've got 1 left. And I know Cardwell's on empty, but it's going to have to be Jack Bridge the way he's playing. We're going to put McGrattan out wide. We're going to put Harry Taylor in midfield. And we're going to put Max Taylor on at centre-half. That should do the job. See how we get on as McGrattan finds Ralph to Bridge. Awful first touch, but he's just knackered. He's got nothing left to give the kid. As Harry Taylor gets the ball to Miley. What are you going to do? Prove that you're a good footballer. Prove that the lad should actually be with you as Powell gets in. It's a brilliant move. Great save by the keeper. Harry Taylor to Ralph. We've come out brilliantly this half. McGrattan gets it back to Ralph again. Cardwell's in there. He's not got the energy to go and attack it. Corner kick. It's all Southend. But have we got the solution here as Ralph puts the corner in? Back post is Miley. Doesn't win it. It's out as far as Mooney. And that should be the pressure over. An hour gone. It's 3-2. And we're very much back in this game. Double the expected goals. But look at Ralph. Look at Harry Taylor. Look at Cardwell. Look at Mooney. They're all out on their feet. It's the biggest problem here. With 15 to go, we'll encourage, but it's going to be a valiant defeat again, I think. And now, despite the fact we're still very close to touching distance, we're bottom of the table. That was a foul throw. Ralph keeps possession though to Harry Taylor. I'd love to get a point here. McGrattan gets in from the left. Good ball to Cardwell. Holds it up. Has support from Powell. Mooney's in the middle. He's through 1-on-1. Dan Mooney scores. 3-3. We're back. Dan Mooney in. It's 3 apiece. And now we've got to hold on to it. We've got to make sure we don't lose this game. Woking have gone to a narrow 5 in midfield, which will give them a threat going forward. But it'll also certainly make them susceptible defensively, as Wilkinson has a free kick which goes miles over. Surely if it's the big centre-half taking it, you want the pile driver. He's gone for a curling effort over. 3 minutes of stoppage time played. Do you know what? From 3-0 down, this would be remarkable. And it could get even better. I might be about to go jumping out my seat. Ralph throws into McGrattan. Oh, he's giving it away. Not like this, please. Not now. Winnell to Nasseri. It's 4-on-4. Don't you dare. Max Taylor heads up. Casey on the volley. It's over. That should be it. A great fight back. Good spirit. Miley contributed very little to it. But we've got so much attacking talent in this team. The problem is, if any of them get injured, we're in trouble. Cardwell is going to need the week to recover. We've got a very winnable FA Cup tie, but financially it's very important. We've just started paying the debt back. We want to get a bigger budget for the window, and we're possibly going to need to replace 1 or 2 bad eggs. So for now, let's get ahead to next week and make sure we haven't lost our job. Well, with a couple of hours to go until kick-off in the FA Cup, John Still has brought me a player in. He's added Sonny Hilton, who is a good attacking midfielder released by Fulham. Crucially with him, he's versatile. He can play 5 of the front 6 positions. He can even do a job at fullback. I'm not going to be trying him there too often. But he does give us versatility. He can finish, might actually allow us to rest Dan Mooney occasionally, and possibly the same for Callum Powell and Jack Bridge as well. So overall, I'm really pleased with that. He's also got big potential to grow into if we can get the best out of him. I'm going to ask Ralph to welcome him to the club, and he might feature today as well. It's a big game for us though, because as well as the importance of getting to the FA Cup proper, this now is a decisive fixture for us, because the press officer has said that the Southend United hierarchy have finally appeared to be losing patience with the manager, and a bad result against Slough could seal my fate and end my job after just 4 episodes, which would be hilarious for a one-club story. We have cheered Miley up on one of the promises because the club atmosphere is actually good now. The other problem, though, has not redeemed itself, and that is the managerial support. So let's go and get the players closed down we need. We're going to make changes to the team. There are a few players like Cardwell that just have to have a rest, but for now, we'll go and pick the best team we can. We'll be back in a minute to run through it. Here we go then. This is the team I've put together, and I've done what I can, quite frankly. We've got Noor Hussein on international duty. We've got Cardwell knackered, Jack Bridge knackered, Harry Taylor the same. Some of these guys have played virtually every minute, and we've got to protect them from injury. What that means is that we've got a strong side, but probably not our best 11 out today. David Martin is still the only fit keeper, and he starts between the sticks. Scott Morris stays at right back. Max Taylor comes in for his namesake alongside Ollie Kensdale. Simpson is the man covering at left back because he's about the only other one who can play there. Powell and McGrattan are in the wide areas. McGrattan moves left to give Bridge a rest. We've got Miley alongside Fonguk in the middle. Then up front, it's debut boy Sonny Hilton with Mooney alongside him. I'm going to switch the roles. Mooney will be target man. Hilton will do the running in behind. I want to get them on their natural side for footedness. So fingers crossed, that'll work out too. Well, it's 3 changes for our visitors from the division below who are hoping to cause a shock today. They have got history on this channel. We managed them after 2 sackings at the start of FM19's head coach, and they became a crucial part of our rebuild there. But now we need to win, and the lads need to react better than that. We're going to change the strikers round to a target forward on the left and an advance forward on the right. And I just hope we get a reaction, because Sonny Hilton, I might need you to become a new star to save my job. And we're back with a corner kick on the 6-minute mark, which McGrattan will take as an in-swinger up to the back post towards Kensdale. Oh, he's hit the post. That would have been the perfect start. You just feel we need one of those games like the start of the season where we can go and get 2 or 3 goals up, because unlike what we saw in reverse in the last weekend's game, we are generally pretty good when we go ahead in games. As Jackman, he gets the ball on the right. Back to Sundyer. Jackman again. Slough playing well. Better in possession than us and got an extra midfielder in fairness, but not creating anything of note just yet. Martin's got it in goal. Long highlight and an unnecessary one so far. So I'm hoping it's going to lead to our attack here. What is he doing dribbling out there? Finds Kensdale. He goes left to Simpson. Covering out a position, but he's doing a job today. McGrattan cuts in from the left for Miley. Very much lacking a left-sided play up bar Miley as Hilton gets the ball on his debut. Shots blocked for a corner, but he's showing promising signs, the youngster. Let's hope we can help him fulfill his potential. We've got to keep our job first, though, as Mooney will take the corner. In-swinger with the left foot to the back post. Taylor's up. Can't quite win it. And they survive again, but the pressure is building on our visitors. We've got to take advantage while we're on top. Well, it seems the barrage of wide play and crosses is working, because we've got another corner with McGrattan now. Kensdale's up. Great save by the keeper. Oh, it's just not our day at the minute. We could comfortably be 2 or 3 up here and have game over virtually. McGrattan's going to deliver again. We just need to get off the mark. One big win and we'll be right on top. That one's headed away as well. Slough dealing with it so far. Well, a quarter of the game gone, and you know what we're back for. It's another corner kick, and it's the woodwork again. Ollie Kensdale, it's now a free kick as well. Oh, this is infuriating. Look at the expected goals. Look at the shots. Look at the chances. It's got the feel of a traditional FA Cup tie, this, but we've not got the goal. And while they cling on, they'll grow in confidence. We're 10 to the break, it's 0-0. And I don't quite know how we're not ahead, but ultimately it falls to the same thing. We might need Cardwell to come and save us, as Scott Morris finds Kensdale. He gets the ball at centre-half, and he'll carry it left to Simpson. As support in front of him finds Miley. It's back to Simpson again. Good football to McGrattan. Through ball to Mooney. Beating him to Hilton on his debut. Sonny Hilton gets us off the mark. Mooney did a bit of work there off the ball. Good ball from the left from McGrattan. And Sonny Hilton is an instant hero, because he might have just saved my job. 2 minutes to the break, it's Scott Morris with a throw. And now can we grow in confidence as Powell cuts in from the right. Chance to shoot. Does shoot. Good save by the keeper. Another corner kick to come. Can we get that second before the break? Just make the team talk a little bit easier. Mooney will take it. In-swinging delivery to the back post to Max Taylor. And he's lost another one. Slough are dealing with them well. We did them with one move on the floor. At half-time, we do lead. It should be by more. But can we keep it going? I'm pleased with the lads. We're performing well. I'm hoping we can get another, so we don't have to bring the big guns on. Just over 5 gone in the second half. It's a throw for Slough on the left. And the worst thing now would be if they nick one after we've dominated the game. Fonguk makes the tackle. The second one's wide. Is that a corner? I'm not so sure that deflected, but here we are. We've seen how good they are defending them. Please don't let them. This would just be unjust. We've been so dominant. Dice puts the ball in. Sundyer's up. It's over the bar. But he did win it. And that is a big worry for me there. 2.5 expected goals. We've only managed 1. We're going to have to make subs soon. But do I need to bring on the big boys? That's the question. It's not looking good at the moment. We've got 25 to go. McGrattan gets it from a throw-in. And Miley picks it up on halfway. Where's your superstar performance? You've been one of the worst players on the pitch. You're supposed to be telling me how good you are. And all you want to do is play at National League South level. Long ball forward is poor. Mooney can't get there. It's back to the Slough Town keeper, who will play downfield. Going for the big kick. The voice is on the way out. And it's long over the top. Well dealt with Kensdale. Hilton comes back to get it. Brilliant play. Finds Fonguk. This is the energy. Powell on the right. He's got 2 supporting in the middle. Dice wins the ball, but a penalty's given. And now we've got a chance to double our lead. Powell is the best penalty taker on the pitch. He's not scored for a while, I don't think. Please, Callum Powell. Into the corner. Brilliant penalty. We're 2-0 up. And now we can think about the weekend after. Can we rest a couple for that? And crucially, can we get through in the FA Cup? It looks like it. Well, 20 minutes to go. I've made 3 changes that are about to come on. I've done both of the front 2. Cardwell will do 20 minutes, as will Max Fidds, the youngster, returning. Hilton moves to the right with Powell going off. And also in midfield, Miley's complacent. He's playing poorly. He's off for Coker, who again is returning from injury. McGrattan gets it on the left to Simpson here. Can we carry the ball forward? It's over the top. Mooney can't win it. Hutchinson away. Again, what is key about this highlight so far? Hopefully it doesn't end up being one. Goddard through to Alexander. Out wide to Dice. He's going to shoot, is he? Oh, he does. It deflects. And it's a good deflection from Scott Morris. Corner kick. It's still 2-0. And Slough seem to be going for it now. They've got another corner on the right. Flicked away. Not quite clear yet, though. It's back to the edge of the box. Again, tactic ignored. Martin makes a brilliant save. He really did well with that one. But where on earth were those players on the edge of the box as Max Fidds gets it forward? Can he wrap the game up? He's going alone. Never scored for us before. And he's put it wide from 6 yards. It was a great run. And then he threw it away in the last second. He almost nicks the ball from that goal kick. But at the moment, Slough are starting to push forward. They're going to take risks. And we've got to catch them on the counter. Goddard goes back to his centre-half. And it's wide to Hutchinson. We cannot afford to have a nervy finish here. Sundyer chips it over. And this is the problem. We're not scoring when you're that dominant. As Fongut gets it wide to Scott Morris. He can carry the ball as well. Hilton's there on the right-hand side. He's been really good on his debut. I say that, he gives the ball away right now. Jogbene gets it inside. Goddard brings it forward. It's getting a bit hectic in here. Just how they'll want it. They get it wide to Hutchinson on the right. Goddard's got support. Goes alone. Deflects in. Martin probably should have saved it. But it deflects in. It took a massive chunk off the defender. And it goes in for 2-1. And now, despite 3.5 expected goals, we've got a grandstand finish in the FA Cup. We have got a corner kick, though, and I'd like to restore the 2-goal lead. McGrattan's going to be the man to take it. Right-footed in swinger. To the back post. Cardwell's up. Great save. Kensdale on the line misses it. How did that not go in? Well, 1 minute of stoppage time to go. It seems like we're going to do it. It wasn't as easy as the performance suggested it should have been. But we won by 2-1. Well done, lads. Get that confidence up. And now we can look forward to the first round of the FA Cup. Let's go and have a look at who we get in a draw. And then we'll decide when we're next going to be back. Well, I've got to be honest with you. That's not the ideal tie. Away to a side in EFL that are probably stronger than us. But don't bring in a big crowd. Don't bring in a big name. And of course, it's not a home tie either, with a chance at a shock. Let's have a look at the schedule, though, as crucially, we do go up to a C- for reaching the FA Cup proper. We look at the schedule. I think we're going to come back around this spell at the end of November. We've got some really crucial games against other teams near the bottom. Of course, if we get through in the FA Cup, that may change. But for now, I need to try and get to this run of easier games in mid-November and then start to take advantage of them. Do you think we're doing a bad job? Let me know in the comments below. And should I get rid of Miley? That's the big question here. Do you throw him out for throwing his toys out the pram? Or do you keep him on being one of your best players? As it is, though, we are only 1 point from safety. We're doing a really decent job at making up the points. If you're looking forward to finding out if we stay in a job and whether we continue to do pretty well, then please do put a thumbs up on it and subscribe to stay up to date with everything on the channel. Turn that notification bell on to get alerts of every new episode, including the one later today. You can find links to all the playlists, the Twitch channel and the football podcast up in the eye above. But thank you for watching as always. Your support is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you back here tomorrow, hopefully with a slightly safer job.